have something for you to look at. I will put it on the screen for you guys.
Okay.
So you can see it as well. Okay. Pick any 3 actors, but they have to be in a line, vertical, horizontal, or diagonal.
Okay, when you say pick 3 actors, am I picking them in my preference?
Yep.
My personal preference.
Yep.
Of those 3.
It has to be a straight line.
Okay, gotcha. So I have to put them in a straight... That's Shahid in the bottom right, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Then it would be...
That's Dilip.
It would be Big B, Ranveer, Shahid.
Yeah, that's what I picked, but I also could totally go diagonal as well.
Diagonal to Amir, SRK, Shahid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my next look.
But yeah, I picked...
But it would be Big B, Ranveer, Shahid.
Yeah.
Those are 3 really, really strong actors.
Let us know which line you would pick down below.
Juice!
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Rex of Corbin.
The lines I pick are either for a play I'm in,
or
a show I'm in, or Coke.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more
Actors
juicy
love
content.
lines. All kinds of lines.
Instagram. Think everybody sports on Patreon. Follow should account. Subscribe to the like.
Heard a story conveyed from Danny DeVito about back in the day, like in the 80s, going to a Hollywood party. And when he showed up to the party, the guests' names were written out in cocaine. And Schwarzenegger had the biggest smile on his face. That's what this
Wow.
Yes. Apparently, it's a true story from DeVito.
More like druggy would.
About the days in the 80s.
If you have a favorite actor, chances are they've done a ton of cocaine.
Especially the reason they're so good.
Especially if they're older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cocaine was...
The 70s and the 80s in Hollywood
all the rage,
was
man.
just... It was... Cocaine was as common as orgies.
Yeah, it was.
They kind of went together.
I mean, even still, it's probably pretty favorable, but it's not as common in terms of...
It's the rich man's crack.
It's because people know better now in terms of... Like,
yeah, they know the health risks.
Yeah. And they're like, I don't want to be a druggie. But if they're older, chances are your favorite actor is at least used
Did you ever get exposed to cocaine in any way?
Oh, all the time. I never did cocaine.
Right.
But like, if you go to any party ever, especially in Los Angeles...
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
everywhere.
The only time I may have told the story.
It is so easily accessible.
In the 80s, my dad was hosting a bachelor party for somebody, and I was 15, my buddy Rich was 14, and we were all the guys were hanging out, and there was, yes, at 15 and 14, but there was porn on the TV. and then my dad told me, he said, hey, just want you guys to know, so you didn't walk in on it, there's going to be some guys in the back that LA, one of the guitarists brought cocaine. So the next morning I wake up after the party and I go back there and I see some residue on a table. So I wanted to do what they do in cop shows, which was I figured it was going to taste like something. It was going to be either sour or bitter or sweet. So I got some on my finger and put it in my mouth. My whole head went, and my heart started racing and I scared the living crap out of me. That's my only exposure to cocaine in my life.
That's why he loves Bollywood so much.
That's true. It's the boot licking.
Here we go.
Makes your head swell.
Anyways, this is a compilation of Anurag talking about Shah Rukh Khan.
Great.
So somebody sent us these. It's kind of like he's obviously, as we know, a big
It's so funny. It's almost, I'm sure it's this way with a lot of celebrities, but pretty much every time I look in the Times of India in the entertainment section, there's something Anurag said about somebody.
People love to hate him.
Yeah, it's like, Anurag said this about, Anurag said this about.
Which is so crazy because he's such a lovable guy.
He really is.
Here we go.
Pretty genuine too, man.
You are the man most excited about Pathan and the success. People are coming back.
People are coming back to cinema and people are coming back and they're dancing on screen.
Great shirt, Anurag. Most times I make movies. Phenomenal.
This euphoria is beautiful. This euphoria was missing. And this euphoria is also a socio-political euphoria. It is like making a statement. The man with the strongest spine, with the most resilience and integrity, who has kept quiet through everything. Absolutely. He has spoken. Absolutely. He has spoken on screen. With his work. And you know what? It is beautiful.
I think he said it's fucking beautiful.
That. Like, he didn't have to say anything, but it's...
So he spoke loudly on screen. Yeah. And I understand what he teaches. speak with your work.
Great.
Don't talk unnecessarily.
झूमे जो पठान
मेरी जान make the feel the जो पठान मेरी जान
anybody नहीं बनाया पठान ज्यादा खुश हूँ और long due to Shah Rukh Khan. That man is an inspiration. That man is incredible human being. His resilience is something to learn from. मतलब literally जो मेरा जो ट्विटर एक्टिविस्ट अवतार था ना जो हर चीज पे खड़ा हो जाता था उसको उसके रेजिलियंस से सीखना चाहिए और मैं सीख रहा हूँ उनको देख के
दोनों अपनी जगह सही है इंपॉर्टेंट भी है ना
नहीं बिकॉज इतना नहीं मैं बिकॉज वो शोर है सोशल मीडिया पे सिर्फ शोर है मैं चिल्ला रहा हूँ सब चिल्ला रहे हैं दो लोग तो बात कर ही नहीं रहे कहाँ कॉन्वर्सेशन देख
Especially on Twitter.
आज की डेट में हर आदमी ओपिनियन देता है बस करेक्ट जो रेजिलियंस का मैजिक मालूम है क्या है मेरे काम को मेरी बात कर देता तो यहाँ पे तुम्हारा काम है फिल्म बनाना
और फिल्म के थ्रू जो
फिल्म बना फिल्म के थ्रू जो कहना क्या और कहने का तरीका ढूंढ पठान इज नॉट जस्ट
Those shoes.
Yeah.
genius film in the way he has just thrown away all the narratives that people used to say about him.
right totally
In the film he just thrown away every narrative that people had built around all the bullshit they had said about him.
This is also a celebration of a man that we have deeply loved, admired, not just for his acting, for the human being that he is, and that man who does things quietly, without any shosha.
Somebody move his mic.
He's got such a strong spine. The things he's gone through, he still did not. I'm a reactive person. I react, right? And I've seen the consequences of my reactions to my loved ones. It has taken me that to realize that there are consequences to people who don't deserve it because of you. The same चीज हर जगह वही होता है. Consequences of you saying, and you can't just be like, नहीं लेकिन मैं तो सच बोल रहा हूँ. सच बोलने का भी एक तरीका होता है. तो जब ये तरीका बदलता है उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस होता है ये आदमी ने रेजिलियंस के साथ
We didn't need to know this part.
very intact and this is the words way of saying that how much they love him and how much he matters to us and he has gone on the screen and he has spoken through his work see and this is what he used to teach which I never used to understand but I understand it now he बोलता रहा ये चुप हो जा इसे क्यों बोलता रहता है अपने काम के थ्रू बोलते हो जो चीज बदल करते हैं काम के थ्रू बोलो और बोलने का तरीका ढूंढो बोलने का मतलब ये नहीं कि खड़े होकर भाषण दो मुझे बोलने का तरीका भी होना चाहिए बोलने में रेस्पेक्टफुलनेस भी होनी चाहिए और लहजा भी होना चाहिए बहुत सीखने को मिलता है यार उसकी सक्सेस इज अ रिसाउंडिंग reinforcement of faith and belief in ourselves and in that one thing of that love conquers all हमारी जो लाइन ना मोहब्बत से ही तो क्रांति आएगी ये है मोहब्बत की क्रांति जो शाहरुख खान के साथ सिनेमा में दिख रही है सब
ये बात है
मोहब्बत की क्रांति ये बात है
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. So obviously this was from a press junket. I guess.
Yeah.
It must have been just after Patan, I guess, because that's
Yeah.
I guess why everybody kept asking him about Patan. We've always known. We've been told many times that he obviously loves Shah Rukh Khan and they're good friends.
Yeah.
We also asked him if they'll ever work together, and he said probably not, just because Shah Rukh Khan would want Anurag to enter his world,
Right, and vice versa.
Anurag would want him to enter his world, and whatever, which makes sense. But yeah, that's super interesting. What he was saying about how he was always ready to fight people,
Very reactionary,
especially on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, the nature of his work is very much. I don't think Anurag is a provocateur, but his work is definitely more provocative than Shah Rukh Khan's. So it inherently creates atmospheres of conversation, whether it's anybody who's seen his work or talks about his work, or even when he's interviewed about his work, he will talk about those things. So, yeah. And I would love to hear some of the specifics because I don't know Shah Rukh Khan's filmography well enough to recognize where he's speaking about the things that matter most to him. Because, for example, he's talked about he doesn't understand the whole thing with him being the incarnation of love. It is his brand that he's embraced. So I'd really love to know, and I'm sure Anurag would be a person to talk to about that in regard to a filmography that is the core of the things that he believes being spoken about in his work. Anurag's more clear in that to me.
I think he's
that's not a criticism, it's just an observation.
I think one of the things he speaks on a lot is female empowerment and respecting, obviously, the females in your life and uplifting them. He's done that in multiple films. But obviously his messaging is going to be a lot more subtle than anything else.
Sure.
But, I mean, there is something to be said about, obviously, he is correct. All social media is just yelling into a void. No, it is.
I would say
people don't, it's not like
most.
It's not like you and I talking.
No, I would say
going to have a conversation.
Well, I would say most, because I've had personal experiences in recent date where I have had good conversations with people about very divisive topics sometimes through Instagram Reel comments, through direct messages, through, I agree. It's one of the reasons among many I had left Twitter/X was because there's no conversing. It's just vomiting. But I've personally in the past 6 to 8 months to the better part of a year, when I have interacted on things that matter, I also choose the things that I interact with. So to make a carte blanche statement that all social media is noise, I think is completely untrue. I would say that most social media can be noise, and that distinction for me is important, because if it was all noise, I wouldn't be on it at all.
It's all noise. It's all garbage.
Garbage! All social media is garbage. You heard it here from Corbin.
That's true. It is.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Including YouTube. Welcome to our garbage reactions. I will hope one day they do work together. I know that he said they probably won't, but I would love it.
I would too.
I think it would be worlds converging. I'm still looking, and I'm obviously looking forward to Jawan. I think it's going to be hopefully a lot of fun. Right?
That's what I expect.
But I'm so looking forward to the first glimpses we get of Donkey.
Yeah.
SRK and Rajkumar Hirani's world.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I am too.
Also, I don't know if you saw this. Salar, the Prabhas, has been pushed.
Oh.
It's supposed to come out at the end of the month. It is now coming out, I think, in November.
Post-production issues?
VFX.
Yeah,
Stuff like
that makes sense. That's the majority of a lot of it.
But
unless you change your release date for other movies. For example, the sequel to The Exorcist just decided after Taylor Swift's one-day sale at AMC went off the charts. You heard about that? Yeah, so Taylor Swift, in case you didn't hear, she recorded her Eras tour, and it's a film now, and AMC had the first day sale of tickets, and it made like $26 million, broke all records. It's everything she touches just breaks all records. But the makers of the Exorcist sequel, they had originally slated that to release on the same day as her Eras tour movie. Oh. They saw that and went, yeah, no, we're going to release it a week early.
I don't know if they have the same audiences. I'm going to be honest with you.
Why even try?
I guess, but
nothing else needs to be on screen that week.
Teenagers and people that go see even though they have
a different demographic, you'll lose any of the good news if your film is good, because it's just going to get drowned out by Taylor's record-breaking opening.
That's true.
So,
anyways, let us know what the next Anurag and Shah Rukh Khan films should watch are down below.
Juice!